Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing a pick a spooky esoteric type of symbol reading. So we are asking the question, what do you need to know right now? And in this reading we are going to channel messages from 11 different spirit guides. So it's gonna be a big one. What I need you to do is breathe deeply, relax, and stretch your muscles if you feel called to. Ask your spirit guides, your higher self, what do you need me to know right now? And once you've done so, take a look at all 4 of these images on screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. This is a reading where you might feel drawn to more than one symbol, and that is totally fine. You can have multiple readings in this video. Just listen to your intuition and what it's guiding you towards. I also want to remind you guys that I do offer personal readings on my website, spiritpsychic.org, and I also offer spiritual life coaching where you can have a weekly reading with me, asking the questions you need to ask that week. And it's really good for just working through a difficult chapter in your life, a difficult relationship, anything that you just need a lot of help to get out of, to get to a better place in life. So go ahead and check that out. Once you've selected your group or groups, you can either watch through or skip ahead using the timestamps. Let's begin. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. We are going to get some messages from 11 different spirit guides for you. So first, we're going to start off with the animal kingdom. Which animal spirit is coming through? You have the bear. Oh my gosh, I love it. I work heavily with the bear spirit. You know, this is one of those spirit guides that I always come back to. I had a very spiritual experience with a bear in the wilderness, okay? And so having the bear spirit come through for you just shows that you are someone who loves fiercely. You're extremely loyal. You are so nurturing and giving. You have a lot of beautiful earth energy. I wouldn't be surprised if you have an earth sign as your top 3. So sun, moon, rising, Venus, and that could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to have those signs. Having the bear spirit shows that you are extremely mature, intelligent, and you really value home, safety, comfort, the beautiful things in life. Also, you have a really strong connection to Mother Earth, which is great because she's the next spirit we're getting a message from. But I just get this very earthy, like kind of nature god or goddess type of energy from you, which is really fun. Also, I feel guided to say that you deserve to have love that is reciprocal because you give so much in your connections. You give so much loyalty. I feel like you're the type of person to enjoy hosting, having people over and cooking for them, or just making sure they feel safe, having a safe space. You love creating safe spaces for people to really open up and just be themselves. And so the bear spirit is coming through to kind of just introduce themselves and connect with you. They have a lot of healing medicine for you, a lot of healing wisdom. So what I would do if I was you is after this reading, you know, maybe take some notes during this reading because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of different themes that come up for you. But after this reading, go ahead and look up bear symbolism. What do bears represent spiritually? The bear spirit guide, look into these things and see how the bear spirit is connecting with you. Also, if you are into shamanic journeying, that would probably be the most effective way of connecting with the spirit. Go and talk to the bear spirit, see what wisdom they have for you at this time. Okay, so they're kind of just coming through right now to introduce themselves is what I'm feeling. They want to work with you more on your own, like one-on-one. All right. So next we have a message from Mama Earth, and wow, we have heaven and earth in reverse. This is what it looks like upright. So Mother Earth is coming through in your reading to say that there is oh look, there's the bear spirit again, very strongly with you. Mother Earth is coming through in your reading to say that there is an imbalance going on in your life right now that needs to be addressed. And this isn't a major imbalance, but she's just kind of saying make sure your physical life and your more energetic, mental, emotional life is balanced, is equal, okay? So I just feel that it could be either way for you. Maybe you're spending too much time on your phone, in conversation, thinking in your emotional state, not enough time in your physical body, going through nature, exercising. Oh, Luna's here, yay! Lupi, are you ready to get in everyone's way? She's so cute. Luna's my cat. She only comes up when she feels that someone needs snuggles, so she's sending you her snuggly energy. Also interesting, Luna has a lot of moon energy. Obviously, her name's Luna. She's also a Cancer sun, like me, like her mama, and Mama Moon is our next spirit coming through. So it feels like each card is like segueing into the other one. But anyways, Mama Earth is saying to you to simply balance out your physical energies, your lower chakras, with your upper chakras, your emotional, spiritual, mental energies. Which one have you been in more of recently? Okay, if you've been really into your physical life, going out, just getting into physical activities, maybe it's time to kind of pull back a little bit, meditate, spend more time in nature, reflecting, or, just create that balance. That's all Mama Earth's saying. Just a little reminder, create that balance. Also, more earth energy here. You must be surrounded by earth signs or be an earth sign or have a significant earth sign placement. But yeah, she just wants you to, maintain that balance. That's all. Simple message. So Mama Moon, she rules over emotions, our everyday routine. She is saying, new moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. Okay, maybe you have been a little bit too much in your physical body, and this is kind of saying return back to the spiritual, the emotional, the contemplative. Okay, not like full on, but create that balance again. New moons are a time of new starts in life, so maybe for some of you, you've just been extremely busy, having an extremely busy to-do list. Maybe, I don't know, working out, going out, doing anything with your physical body, like just a lot of tasks is what I'm seeing here. And I feel like all of these cards are kind of reminding you to create that balance. And we even see here the two fish that are perfectly balanced. So just make sure you're spending time in more divine feminine areas of life. Maybe I feel a lot of you normally are someone who is very spiritual, very contemplative, connected to your spirit guides. But for whatever reason recently, like you've been having a lot of sun energy, as I call it, divine masculine energy. Just having a big to-do list, one thing after another. And this is your sign to have a day where you are just by yourself and you can kind of maybe catch up on things, reflect, whatever you do to get into this meditative, contemplative state where that clear mind is restored. For me, honestly, as weird as it sounds, having a day where I just clean gets me back into that meditative, contemplative state, and so much clarity comes through, so many new ideas come through as I'm cleaning. For you, it might be a walk by yourself, it might be meditation, it might be yoga, it might be something, I don't know, fishing, I don't know, whatever you do to kind of reconnect with the divine, with your spirit guides, go ahead and do that, because right now things have been a little bit clouded and cluttered for you. And also I'm seeing here like a message from your spirit team, and they're like, listen, it's like kind of this weird duality thing when nothing is going on in your life. You might not have that many people around you. The divine is very clear, and you will be extremely psychic, having very clear communication from your spirit guides in these very spiritual type of ways, these coincidental type of ways, these synchronicities. And then when your life becomes busier, it may appear to be that your spirit guides are not as active, but they are just as active, and they are still communicating to you just as much through your physical environment. So I actually feel like a lot of these spirits are kind of teaming together to bring about the wisdom to you, that they are always like 100% communicating with you, whether you're living a very active life in the world, really engaging in the world, or you are resting, contemplating, and creating space for it to come through. How it comes through will be different, but it's still coming through nonetheless. There's the divine feminine form of channeling messages and using mediumship, which is having it come through intuitively, very spiritually. And then there's the divine masculine, which is where your spirit guides will communicate to you through your environment, okay? You see signs and symbols everywhere, fated meetings, conversations, and then noticing the people, the circumstances, the situations around you, and how they are speaking to you, how it is guiding you to be a better person, how it's guiding you to evolve, okay? Seeing the signs around you. I'm seeing here, notice the balance between the both. Both are important, but it's not like your spirit guides just shut up once you get more involved in the world, and they're not discouraging you from becoming super involved in the world. But yeah, just know that. All right, next message is from your Ascended Masters. We have the Tree of Life in reversed. And also, I want to point out that this is kind of like a dual type of, there's a lot more than 11 spirit guides here, okay? Because, like, for example, this message about the bear was from the animal spirit kingdom. So the animal spirit kingdom is coming through for a message, but then also the bear spirit is coming through. Does that make sense? So here's like your Ascended Masters are coming through with a collective message, but also the Tree of Life is coming through as a spirit guide. So there's many spirit guides in this reading. Same thing with the moon. The moon's coming through as a spirit guide, but so is Pisces. I will read to you what this card means directly from the book. The Tree of Life is a sacred symbol throughout the Americas. Its deep roots reach into the lower world, the unconscious, while its branches reaches into the heavens, the source of destiny. To be whole in your life's journey, it is important to have deep roots and high branches. A tall tree with shallow roots falls in the first wind, but a tree with deep roots can weather any storm. So having this come out in reverse, your Ascended Masters are giving you a type of medicine, a type of healing that you should be really paying attention to at this time. It says this: what nutrients do you need to add to your soil to grow strong? The seed of the oak will not grow on barren ground or without the light of the sun. What dreams do you want to awaken to create a mindful destiny? Reflect on how you want to blossom, the kind of fruit you want to produce, and where you want to sow your new seeds. Be a conscious creator. That's such a beautiful message, especially next to the new moon, because new moons are a time of planting new seeds, starting new reality. And so your Ascended Masters are saying, is your ground fertile? What that means is, are the thoughts, the people, the situations in your life, are they fertile or are they barren? Okay. Sometimes, like, you have to keep in mind, you are in this beautiful melody of life. And the people and objects and everything, literally everything that surrounds you is a reflection of your own internal energy. And those things contribute to your overall reality. So here's an example. People who have really big dreams, they want to, make it big. They want to get out of their hometown. They want to make a name for themselves. If they keep hanging around the same old people who, live in their mom's basement, drinking Mountain Dew and playing video games all day, that is not exactly what we call fertile soil, okay? So it's like, surround yourself with people who inspire you, who help you grow, who add to your life. Give yourself the circumstances, the situations, even the objects around you, they carry a vibration, they carry a frequency. And for example, if you live in a home full of clutter and like dust and chaos, is that the fertile soil that you need to help grow your dreams? No, it's not. A nice clean home that can help you stay focused and inspire you and spark joy within you, as Marie Kondo would say. My goddess. I worship her. She is definitely a in-person spirit guide. And it's funny, that's going to be another message that we have here from in-person spirit guides. I'm going to channel messages from collectively the spirit guides that are like living and working with you. But anyways, your Ascended Masters, who are not living currently, are saying, look, pay attention to what you choose to have in your life around you, okay? Because it has a lot of spiritual weight. I'll give you another example here. I know somebody who, they were dating this dude, and this dude like really gave them almost less than the bare minimum, always just wanting to give the absolute bare minimum to stay in her life, to be in a relationship. And this girl was like, why is it that in my career, I am only attracting the bare minimum amount of money to pay my bills? I'm only attracting the bare minimum amount of stuff to like keep my lifestyle afloat, and it's causing so much anxiety because it's not an abundance. It's like you're literally getting the bare minimum, paycheck to paycheck. Why can't I attract more? They were an entrepreneur, so it's like they weren't stuck in a certain pay grade or anything by any means. And then it's like, look at what you're choosing to have in your life. You are saying yes to the vibration of receiving the bare minimum. And so everywhere in your life will reflect that decision. Don't you see that? And so once they kind of let go of that guy, that fella, they started actually like almost immediately receiving way more than the bare minimum. It's almost like if you saw a graph of their business, it was like bloop, 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 and then it spiked the second they left that situation. So anyways, your Ascended Masters are kind of like asking you to take a look at the people you allow into your life, the objects you allow in your life, the situations you allow in your life, because that speaks volumes to what you're willing to accept. And, you know, the universe, this world operates at kind of allowing evolution to happen with using the minimum amount of energy possible. Nature is a lazy queen, okay? She does not like, and I have a weird example of this, extremely weird example of this. The skin on your butthole, like I said, it's a weird example, is more resistant to infections than any other skin on your body, okay? Now, why is that? It's because if you get a cut down there, obviously, like, you know, that's where you do your business, and having that fecal matter get into your bloodstream is like no bueno. That is not something you want. And so evolution allowed that skin to become more resistant to infections. And it's like, well, why can't all of my skin be resistant to infections? Wouldn't that be helpful? And it's like, nature is a lazy queen. You know, she doesn't like to expend more energy than she needs. Same thing if you look at the ecosystem, you know, don't take more than you need. That's how this world operates. That is the laws, that's the physics of this world that we're living in, okay? So it's like, if you're willing to accept the bare minimum, the universe, this world, will only give you the bare minimum. Once you start deciding, I want more than the bare minimum, I require more than the bare minimum, all right, then Mama Earth will give it to you. The universe will give it to you, but the minimum of what you're willing to receive is what you're going to receive, essentially. So have higher standards for yourself. All right, moving on. That's a message from your Ascended Masters. This is a message from the angelic realm. Now, this is from the Archangel deck. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, only one archangel. It's from the angelic realm as a whole. And you have prosperity. Look at that. Big money reading for you guys. Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. And that correlates exactly with what your Ascended Masters are saying here. Maybe a lot of you are looking to attract more wealth into your life, more prosperity. And your spirit guides hear your prayers, they hear your requests for help there, and they're coming through saying, like, listen, if you keep following your intuition, if you listen to this message, I feel like this one is like the most important message of like the year for you. Like, stop receiving less than what you deserve, you know, really pay attention to what you're allowing into your life, because that is like telling the universe how you should be treated. Okay, so if you keep letting people walk all over you, for example, all right, then the universe is not gonna make you a winner. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, when you have these boundaries, these higher standards, you will have a higher standard of living, a higher quality of life. It's very energetic, it's very spiritual in nature. And, you know, honestly, I'm really loving this reading, because I feel like this is something that many law of attraction teachers, they never really touch the surface of this message here. What you accept into your life is kind of a roadmap for how the universe should treat you. So just really pay attention to that. All right. Prosperity's coming soon, though. These are good messages here. And also, even with the bear, I mean, bears are very earthly entities, and I just think of them, whenever I think of bears, I just think of them frolicking through berry bushes and just eating all day long, and they're the epitome of like a prosperous being. It's like they have all this food available. Their body is designed to eat, to, you know, get whatever fish they want, any berries they want, whatever the heck bears eat. Like, that's what they do. They are truly this epitome of Earth's prosperity. And I don't know, I feel like that's why the bear spirit is also working with you at this time, you know, teaching you to see the abundance around you, see the prosperity around you, and don't settle, you know. The bear is a wonderful spirit for having healthy boundaries. It's like, you know what, you get too close to me, to my babies, you gonna die. All right, you gonna die. They don't just let any oh gosh, okay. I sometimes I like randomly want to say like these, not derogatory names, but, you know, not YouTube appropriate things. They don't let nobody who they don't like near them, all right? They only allow the highest quality foods and situations near them. They're the bear, you know? They got claws and they're not afraid to use them. So I don't know. Next message out for you is from the fairy and elemental realm. So the elemental realm is like fairies, mermaids, nymphs, all of those beautiful creatures that kind of exist on, I would say, a slightly different dimension than us humans do. So let's just put it like that. Overindulgence is coming through for you. I want to see this from the book. But I do want to say, before I even read this from the book, it feels very similar to the message that Mama Earth was giving, which isn't shocking because elementals are extremely close to Mama Earth. And overindulgence, and this one's telling you to create more balance here. I just feel like you've been going out too much. You've been too much, like, I don't know, putting yourself out there too much in the masculine energies, and they're kind of asking you to like take a breather, take a nice sober detox day, reset your energies. But here's what it says from the book. Hey, it's time to quit fooling around and get down to business. If you have become too much of a party animal, then take another look at your direction. Is this the way that you truly want to live your life and use your valuable time? Are you overindulging in drink, food, drugs, sex, or time-wasting activities? Now, I want to pause and say that these things are not bad, obviously. Food is necessary. Drinks are fun here and there. Sex, I mean, great stuff. However, there is definitely a lot of people who chase those things. They chase the dopamine high of those things. So I feel like this card is just asking, are you too busy chasing those things and the kind of boost that gives you instead of getting a more sustainable dopamine boost from creating a healthy, beautiful lifestyle for yourself, okay? What are you hiding from? Are you just plain goofing off too much? Or are you trying to forget something hurtful? Shake yourself and let that chaotic energy break away from you. Spin around and twirl it off. Now sit, breathe deeply, and focus on that place in the center of your being. Yeah, meditate and contemplate. See, all of these messages are aligning with each other. They're all kind of coming together to give similar message here. Okay. Be quiet, balance, and ground yourself. Feel your roots as they grow from the bottoms of your feet into the earth and begin to spread as they make their journey to the core of the earth. And that's exactly what the Tree of Life said too, see? You're being asked to ground yourself more in this healing, calm, quiet, contemplative earth energy where prosperity and abundance is readily available for you. You've been chasing these dopamine highs. I feel like you've been too much in your... I don't know where I was going with that. All right, let's keep reading. Spread your roots to the core of the earth. Bring the earth energy up the roots and into every cell of your body. From the top of your head, allow branches to grow up into the heavens. Literally the Tree of Life. Oh my gosh. The Tree of Life is so strong as a spirit guide for you right now. That's another thing you can Google, look up Tree of Life, symbolism, spirituality, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Spiritual meaning of the Tree of Life. Bring the energy of the heavens down through the branches and into your body, filling every cell of your body and circulating with the earth energy. You know, I want to pause and say it's so interesting. A lot of these meditation things of like, imagine roots growing down into the earth and branches going into the heavens, and then the earth energy comes up and the heaven energy comes down. It is something that is spoken about in so many world spiritual practices. Like this exact example of the Tree of Life comes from the Americas, Native Americans. But also if you look at like the Hindu system and the chakra system, there's a similar type of message where you can gain energy from the root up, like from bottom up or from top down. And they're two different journeys. So, and I arguably both are important for different reasons. So, I mean, I just found that interesting. I was just thinking about that. I keep losing my spot because I keep going off on these ramps. These rambles. Stay in that place for a while and sense what it feels like to just be. Feel the serenity and bring it into all situations in your life. Discipline yourself to sit in the perfect peace for at least 5 minutes. Again, meditate and contemplate. Exactly. Begin each day doing something that builds your spirit and your confidence. Know that you are good and perfect. Place yourself in the arms of spirit. Notice your life becoming more joyful and productive each day that passes. Overindulgence in any form cannot fill the emptiness within. Only recognizing one's connection to spirit can do that. It is okay to enjoy the material world as long as you keep everything in balance. And to me, I'm feeling this fairy message very strongly as like a very loving message from them. So I do wonder if some of you have some fairy, nymph, mermaid, or elemental spirit within you. Okay? Because these spirit energy from this realm is a little bit more prone to overindulgence as a human, okay? Like if you had past lives as a nymph, as a fairy, a mermaid, or you just have a lot of strong elemental energy within you, water, fire, earth, air, a lot of earth energy within you in general, you're a little bit more prone to addiction, to overindulgence. And so this is coming through as a very loving message from the fairy elemental realm, just warning you against overindulging in that and remaining balanced, remaining centered, okay? So your next message is from your higher self and your body, and this is from the chakra, I forget the name of the deck, I'm so sorry, but it's chakra something. Passion with the sacral chakra. Okay, there is definitely a lot of passion in your energy. I can feel that for sure. If there wasn't passion in your energy, you wouldn't have an overindulgence message here, okay? Beautiful. I mean, this is a really great card, and your higher self is kind of saying, like, do what makes you feel passionate. Your intuition is already telling you what you need to do. And this money message that we had earlier, this prosperity message, you are going to become prosperous by doing the steps you intuitively feel called to take, that you wake up excited for every day, that you feel passionate about growing every single day. So follow that passion, follow that intuition, and prosperity will come quite easily, okay? Next, we have a message from the energetic realm, and you have happy family. Okay, so this is a good card as well. Cancer energy with the number 4 here. And yeah, I mean, I feel like your soul family is either already in your life or is continuing to grow in your life. So you may be going out a lot, meeting people who are like soul family and kind of overindulging in that social aspect of life. But I mean, there's great happiness in this card. Literally happy family, getting along beautifully with the people in your life. And yeah, it's just a matter of balance, guys. This reading talks a lot about balance, making sure you have a balanced amount of alone time that you're reflecting, contemplating, allowing earth and the heavens to heal you, remaining centered. Centered is a really good word. While also having this beautiful social time, indulging in the material, physical world, but then also like working towards your goals, making sure you have a nice foundation for yourself. All of these things should be balanced. Same thing with your passions. Make sure everything's balanced out in your life. Don't overindulge in anything. Don't overdo anything. Because as we know, it's never a good idea. All right. Now this part of the reading is a message from your earth spirit guides. So these are spirit guides that are living, breathing here on earth, and there's a lot of them. So I was gonna do like message from your tarot reader, which is me, but I'm just gonna channel in some messages from your collective spirit guides that are working with you here on earth, okay? And your spirit guides could be anyone. It could be authors, podcasters, YouTubers, your best friends, your family. They all can act as spirit guides at some points in your life. So from the living, your message is the Hanged Man, the High Priestess in reversed, the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this is definitely telling me that there is some worries within you about money, about health, about the physical world. And we have Death in reverse, and this does not predict actual death. Okay, I just want to clarify that right now. All right, so I feel that the message from your living guides are telling you, what are you waiting for? You know, your intuition, you already know the answers that you seek. So this is a matter of embarking on the changes that you need to make. Death in reverse comes out, also very strong Scorpio energy. Death in reverse comes out when there's something that you need to let go of. in order to manifest a better life for yourself. And we saw similar messages here as well, like pay attention to what surrounds you in life. Let go of anything that is not serving your highest purpose. You know, the people, the objects, your physical reality. Is that physical reality aligned with who you want to be, the goals that you're trying to achieve here? Really contemplate about it with everything, every object you own, every person in your life, every situation you find yourself in. Is this aligned with who I want to be? That's what the Death card in reversed is saying here. 5 of Pentacles in reversed, you could definitely be more active in your ecosystem or your community, all right? And gain help from all of the resources that are all around you. When you try to manifest a certain reality all on your own, it's not going to happen. You're just not going to manifest it. Hate to break it to you, but here on Earth, another law, another way that this world works is that we are all a part of an ecosystem. And for some reason, humans think that we're not a part of the ecosystem, but we absolutely are. And there are so many spirits around you. Everything has a spirit. This candle, every single one of these stones, every one of these tarot cards, me, you, this lamp, this camera, the spirit of a thought that you have, of an idea that you have, the spirit of my YouTube channel, the spirit of the radio, Rush. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is all of these spirits can help or hinder you in your life. So connect with their medicine, connect with their messages, connect with their energy. So I want to show you something. I take this supplement every day and I can't shut up about it because it literally changed my life. It is an herbal blend of different plant spirits, okay? If we look at the ingredients, alma extract, ashwagandha, I can't pronounce that, bacopa, holy basil extract, like these are all beautiful plant spirits. And you know, for the longest time I was suffering so bad with anxiety. And I was doing everything in my power alone to overcome this anxiety, meditating like 2 hours every single night. I stopped drinking caffeine, whatever. And it's like, I was trying to do everything on my own. And it's like, well, what if I got the help from others as well? And so those plant spirits helped me with my anxiety. And I went from a 10 to a 0 on the scale of anxiousness. And you know, also other things have helped me, you know, music that other people have made to meditate to, that helped me. Like that is being a part of the ecosystem. Here is a problem that I'm having. I'm not alone in solving this problem. You know, I can get help from plant spirits, from different creators, from a therapist, from friends, from whatever. You know, you're not alone. So I think you need to think more in terms of ecosystem prosperity and really allowing all of the spirits around you to help you. High Priestess in reverse is saying that you're not really listening to your intuition about something at this time. You're kind of hanging around waiting for more clarity on a situation, maybe a little bit confused about which way to go. So your in-person spirit guides are saying your intuition is already telling you exactly what you need. You're just ignoring it. And yeah. All right, moving on. We have a message from your past loved ones and ancestors. And it says, listen. Wow, listen to your intuition. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not to just what's being said, but what lies beneath the words. Yeah, and you know what? This really correlates with something that I was thinking about earlier, where it's like everyone tells you exactly who they are and what they want from this situation with you. Like, if you're able to truly pay attention with a radical acceptance for the present moment, your life will change. Because here's the thing, people who watch tarot readings, okay, you all, I feel like most of you have this ability within you to see the highest good in people, okay? If you're able to see the highest potential, the highest good in people, it's because you're a light worker. However, that does not mean you should treat them as their highest version. You should treat people based off of their current actions and how they choose to be in this present moment. And I feel like that can be a hindrance that gets in the way of some people's happiness, where you're kind of treating them as if they're this great person when really they're, you know, telling you exactly who they are right now, who they're choosing to be right now. Listen to people's words and actions. What are they telling you? Go with that, okay? Don't live your life based off of what could happen, Live your life based off of what's happening right now. Okay? It's not your place to give people advice and try to train them, help them, make them better so that they can be a better friend, lover, partner for you. No, that's not your job. Your job is to take people at face value right here in the present moment. Sure, people can change. It happens all the time. But don't hold out hope for someone or something to change. Sit here and treat it exactly how it's treating you in the present moment. And this doesn't just have to be with people. It could be with anything. If you have a job situation that sucks right now, not paying you enough, and your boss keeps promising you, oh yeah, you'll get a raise eventually, whatever, yeah. Don't sit here and hold out hope. And that's a message of the hangman as well. You're hanging around waiting for someone or something to change when your intuition is saying you need to listen to what's going on in the present moment right now. Treat that person, place, or thing with exactly what they deserve in this present moment, how they're acting, what this is giving you. Because 5 of Pentacles in reverse, it's not giving you enough. Okay? Don't try to change them. Don't try to change the situation. Change what you're willing to receive right here in the present moment. Okay? And that process may involve distancing yourself, walking away, finding a new path. All right? For some of you. Or making a certain change. Okay, what I'm doing right now is not necessarily growing, so I needed to change something up instead of waiting for it to suddenly change out of nowhere. Okay, that's what your in-person spirit guides and your ancestors, past loved ones, are telling you. Listen, this is a time to be listening. It's not a time to be trying to change anyone's opinions, change anyone's mind. So your final spirit guide, your final message is from the universe at large, spirit as a whole. Spirit, the universe, whenever I use words like that, I'm talking about literally everything in existence. Literally everything in existence, the highest spirit of them all that connects everything and everyone. What is their message for you? Dearest you, we bet you must be so exhausted some days, giving as much as you do, sharing your energy so beautifully in service to the highest good, can leave you feeling depleted, like an empty well. If it feels as if there's no more water for you, the good news is we have a plan. Today, go take a relaxing bath. Book a massage, read a novel, buy yourself flowers, or plant some in your garden. Make time for self-care, not more work on yourself. By tending to yourself now, you are reminded to do so more often. And this is a very similar message that the moon was giving, that all of these cards were giving. Like, there's a big focus right now, a big overindulgence on your external reality, doing so much for other people, hanging out with other people so much, it's just a lot of like externally expended energy. And a lot of these cards are asking you to pull it back and nurture yourself, take care of yourself first. When you take care of yourself first, the universe will take care of you first, okay? And be sure to use a word that might have caused you anxiety in the past, but is essential for your well-being now. No. Say no. Say it with us. No, thank you. No, I can't. You do not have to explain. Just say no, gently but firmly, then go for a soak. Life will wait for you to bring yourself back to center, replenished, and ready for more adventure. Yeah, I'm seeing a big message here. Some of you guys are like afraid. If I take time for myself, if I take a break from this thing, it won't be there when I get back. And your spirit, the universe, is assuring you, it'll be here when you get back. All of the progress that you made, that's not just going to magically go away. Even if you have a business, for example, it's like if you take a break, it's not like everything's going to disappear. It's like, maybe every time you work, your business gets better. If you take a break, it's just staying neutral where it's at. For some people, it could even still be growing if you have a passive form of income. It's not going to go down. The progress you made isn't magically going to be wiped away because you take some time for yourself. And I feel like that's something that you really need to hear, which is why the spirit, the universe brought it forward for you. Okay, it's time for you to relax, have a you day, multiple you days to just kind of rejuvenate your energies. And when you prioritize yourself like that, the universe prioritizes you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below. I read every single comment and I just love the little community we have here. So if you want to be a part of this community, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've been subscribed, I love you. Thank you so much. especially those of you who comment often. Like, you know who you are, I know who you are. Thank you. And yeah, I do have a new channel, Spirit Psychic Tarot, and if you're interested in monthly and weekly tarot readings for your zodiac sign, go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, this channel has pick a card tarot readings and occasional spiritual chit chats. So yeah, bye bye. Okay, group number 2, this is your reading. We're going to get messages from 11 different spirit guides. So first we're going to start off from a message from the animal spirit kingdom, and you have the tarantula coming through as a guide. Lots of fire energy, so you might have strong Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements if you're into astrology, but you definitely don't have to. The tarantula spirit, first off, I always said that spider spirits in general are very like mediumship. They're a spirit that can walk through the physical and spiritual realms, and they're extremely protective over humans. Okay, they're actually an animal ally to humans, but we don't see that. For some reason, a lot of people don't have that perspective, but it's like these spiders, you know, they capture and eat insects that are oftentimes a nuisance for humans. So it's like they're actually allies that we take for granted a lot. So anyways, if I were you, what I would do after this reading, first off, take notes during this reading because there's probably going to be a lot of messages that come through, is look up the tarantula spirit animal, spirit guide, connect with it in your own way, see what its teaching is for you, because it has a lot that it wants you to know that you could benefit from. So go ahead and look that up and just see what you feel that this spirit is trying to teach you. Or if you're into shamanic journeying, that is probably, I just dropped a stone, that is probably the most effective way for you to communicate with spirits in general. So go ahead and take a shamanic journey to meet the tarantula spirit and see what they want to tell you. Okay, so beautiful stuff. But what I would say in general is that the tarantula is a really creative spiritual animal, and it's kind of asking you to weave your own beautiful life where you most are appreciated, you are seen, you are heard. Because like we said, tarantulas, spiders, they're very much taken for granted. And I feel there is a message here of like, go where you're appreciated. Don't waste your time building a beautiful spider web for yourself, a beautiful nest for yourself in an environment in which you are hated, that you're not loved, that you're not supported, okay? So there is a message like that coming through for a lot of you. I don't know why, I'm getting a vision here. Some of you guys might be trying to make your forever home in a town, a country, a location that doesn't want you there, okay? Or that hates you. I'm seeing like some of you guys might be, for example, like very liberal, very queer, very fun and interesting, and you're like trying to make your forever home in like, I don't know, the most rural place you can find, Alabama, deep south or something, and it's like, listen, you can make your home as beautiful as you want, but like it is actually pretty important to have a community that supports you, that loves you, that would be, you know, something that it's something that contributes to your happiness. So I don't know, I'm seeing here, go where you're loved, go where you're appreciated. It doesn't even have to be where you physically live. It could be the people you surround yourself with. Spend less time with people who don't get you, spend more time with people who do. Okay, so next we have a message from Mama Earth. What does Mama Earth have to say? She has the 7 of Fire in reversed. Interesting message. Okay, Mama Earth is acknowledging that you are a psychic queen or king, divination, tarot reading, coffee cup reading, talking to your spirit guides, clairvoyance, clairaudience. You are connected to the divine. Speaking of, you can't see her, but Luna's right here. Luna's my cat, and she is extremely also connected to the divine and always hangs around whenever there is divination going on. So I feel, and also there's 2 cats on your card here, so I do wonder if you have a spiritual connection to cats. Also, I'm noticing the crows here as well. Both the cat, like literally cats, crows, tarantulas, not tarantulas specifically, but spiders. These are all spirit guides, spirit animals that hang around people whose vibration exists at the threshold, the bridge between physical and spiritual realms. Okay, you have gifts here. You're on a shamanic path. You are on a spiritual, esoteric path, and you exist in that threshold. Some of you guys might be hedge witches, okay, witches in general. You might have a long lineage of women or people who are deeply connected to spirit, okay? Really interesting stuff. So I'm going to read from the book what this card means in reverse. I'm just going to keep it upright because it's a beautiful card. But yeah, divination means to foretell or predict the future. Sometimes our intuition gives us or guides us, and at other times it is simple awareness born of observation and paying attention. At other times it is a marriage of both. Every day we are given signs that, if heeded, can reveal what is to come. The Seven of Fire reversed represents a need to watch for those signs and heed the insights that they offer. Observe the people around you, look closely at patterns of behavior that repeat, and pay attention to words spoken that lack mirroring actions. Take note of promises broken, overreactions to questions, an inability to meet the eyes, and laughter that seems forced or contrived. Oh, pay attention to what people's body language is saying. Your intuition is on point, group number 2, and you should not be doubting that for a second. You should not be questioning this at all. Like, you're picking up on some information that is not necessarily readily known. Okay, you're reading between the lines, and your intuition is telling you exactly what you need. Oh, this reminds me, you can't lie to a psychic. You honestly can't, because it sucks, because as a psychic, as a medium, as someone like you, it haunts you. It haunts you when someone is lying to your face or hiding something. Oh my God, let me tell you about my last relationship. Okay, literally this happened multiple times. I should have left the first time. For several weeks, not even my intuition, I thought I was paranoid because I kept doubting my intuition. I felt like I was paranoid because I kept thinking over and over and over again about these particular situations. And I would end up asking these very pointed, very specific questions to this person in order to get answers, because they weren't a liar according to them, but they just hid information from me. And you would have to ask them very pointed questions to get any amount of information, which, first off, if you're dealing with anyone like that, do not settle, okay? Do not keep giving this person attention. But yeah, I think the first time, randomly, literally so randomly, I was just being so anxious, so paranoid. I was thinking to myself, what if they lied to me in the beginning of our relationship? And then randomly I asked them one day, have you ever lied to me before? And they're like, well, I did hide, this for the first 8 months of our relationship. And it's like, oh, okay, so you just weren't going to tell me that unless I asked this pointed question. And it's like my intuition had me asking that question to begin with, and then what broke us up eventually was that my intuition my intuition kept haunting me about this situation, this huge argument involving someone else, third-party situation that happened months ago in our connection. And I'm like, no, they promised me that, they told me everything there, blah blah blah, they're not talking anymore. And then I'm like, it kept haunting me though. I felt like I was paranoid, and it was literally out of the blue, out of nowhere. And the entire time that I was having these paranoid thoughts, which were actually my intuition, was literally from the first day that person from the past messaged them, all the way to 3 weeks later when they finally told me after I literally brought it up. I'm like, yeah, I'm just really paranoid recently because of this person from the past. And it's like, oh, well, actually, they messaged me 3 weeks ago and we're going to plan on hanging out. Oh my God. Anyways, sorry for that little rant, but I feel your pain here, guys, because this is Luna's tale. She feels your pain as well. Y'all, you can't be lied to. You honestly can't be lied to. Your intuition is, like I said, you're connected with cats. What can I say? Your intuition's on point. So anyways, getting back to what we're saying, reading from the book. Take note of promises broken, overreactions to questions, and inability to meet the eyes, and laughter that seems forced or contrived. They are all indications that there is more going on. Learn to watch, learn to listen, heed what your observations and senses are telling you. If you have a tendency to dismiss them, don't. Don't ignore them. If your gut tells you something is not all it seems, then look beyond the surface and see what is truly there and then address it. I want to pause again and say, as a psychic, okay, and I'm talking to you because I know that you're psychic, I know that you're medium, I know that you use divination probably or something of the sort. I get asked all the time, you know, how, if you're so psychic, then why did you get yourself into this situation? Wouldn't your readings have told you where this was going? And I say yes, they absolutely do tell me where things are going, okay? That relationship I just described to you, the entire duration of our relationship, which was 2 years, every time I did a reading on this relationship, the Lovers reversed came out. That is literally the card of breaking up, okay? The Lovers reversed, and I always ignored it. Just because you're intuitive doesn't mean you listen to your intuition. So I feel like that is something that you may need to practice doing right now. Do not dismiss your gut instincts. Do not dismiss what your divination is telling you. Do not dismiss what your intuition is telling you. Don't ignore them. Okay, if your gut tells you something is not as it seems, then look beyond the surface and see what is truly there and then address it. The reverse 7 of fire cautions you against being dismissive. Pay attention, look, observe, discern the truth, address the contradictions and inconsistencies, see the signs, even the ones that might seem a little obscure or insignificant. They may foretell a future that is not in accordance with your goals. Oh my gosh. So Mama Earth is coming in to say to you, listen, honey boo boo bear, I helped you evolve as a human so that you could subconsciously pick up on all of these little inconsistencies. And like, I developed you because like those little inconsistencies in body language can save your life. Like that instinct, that gut instinct can save your life, save your time. And Mama Earth is coming through very strongly in your reading. Like, listen, Linda, do not ignore this. I just noticed the snake spirit, also very psychic. This butterfly or moth spirit, also very psychically connected. And both of those spirits have to do with letting something go. And I just look at the look on her face. Like, it's almost, I'm reading this look as like, how dare you lie to me? How dare you hide things? Y'all, I'm really starting to sense here that someone who's not good for you is lurking in your life or trying to get away with more than what they should be getting away with. Same thing with this tarantula message, go where you're appreciated. Some of you guys, I wonder if this is a romantic relationship where it's like this person is not appreciating you. Your intuition's telling you all types of things about them that you're ignoring. Yeah, I don't know who this is in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic, but you know, listen to that. All right, message from Mama Moon coming through. Full moon in Taurus, your dreams need a practical plan. Write down a to-do list, y'all. It's time to stop dreaming and start planning, okay? It's time to focus. And you know what? One thing I want to say is if there is anyone like this in your life, it takes a lot of energy. Your intuition will haunt you, literally haunt you. That takes a lot of energy because your intuition is going to have you nonstop thinking about and being anxious about the person, place, or thing that is lying to you, that isn't treating you right. It will literally haunt you. And that takes up so much energy that you should be using to manifest your dreams, your greatest reality, you know, your happiness, okay? Full moon, it's an emotional moon. Mama Moon's saying, listen, you need to be focused on your growth, not these people who suck, okay? So, message from your ascended masters. We have the Holy Mountain in reversed. It's just reminded me of landslide. Climbed a mountain, then I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hill, and the landslide brought me down. Okay, the lyrics to that song might have meaning for you. Honestly, that song makes me cry all the time because it just reminds me that like sometimes you work so hard to make something work, and it's just, you know, you get more mature along the process and you realize, oh, I don't know why I wanted to make this work. For some of you guys, maybe younger you really saw potential in someone or something, a career path, and in something that you have in your life right now and really wanted to make it work. But through that process, through growing as a human, through maturing, you're like climbing this mountain to make whatever this is happen, and you're starting to realize, you know what, like maybe this wasn't a good idea after all. That happens sometimes, I don't know. But we're gonna read to you what the Holy Mountain means. Okay, native peoples around the earth recognize mountains as places of great power where one encounters spirit or where the gods and goddesses reside. In ancient Greece, Mount Olympus was the home to the 12 main gods and goddesses. In Tibet, pilgrims circumambulate, I can't read, Mount Kailash to bring prosperity. In Peru, pilgrims climbed the ice-capped Mount Osengate, oh my god, to receive starlight and bring fire to the earth. So essentially, mountains are holy places, and the spirit of mountains may call to you very heavily, okay? Now, the medicine, the teaching of this mountain, this holy mountain, is this: when the holy mountain shows up, it is time to be active. Do not let your doubts deter you and keep you bound. This is a time to leap over challenges and to remember that from the top of the mountain there is no obstacles, only beauty and unobstructed view of the entire earth. And there's no need to go shopping for the right hiking boots or camping equipment to climb the holy mountain. You already have all the gear you need. Overcome any lethargia, indolence, and laziness, as these are the real obstacles. Essentially what this is saying is, it's time to get moving, group number 2. Your dreams need a practical plan. They need action. You are ready. You have all the tools that you need right now to embark on a certain project or success plan that you have for yourself, okay? A certain dream. You know, I feel like you keep kind of procrastinating, delaying. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm not sure. Getting started is the hardest part, okay? And I feel like this is what needs your attention more than this person or situation. Like, you need to get a move on when it comes to your dreams. Take action. Take action. That is what your ascended masters are saying. That's what the moon's saying. It's time for you to take action. Stop being lazy, all right? Now, message from the angelic realm. This is from the archangel deck, but the message itself is from the angelic realm as a whole. And you have clairaudience. What did I tell you guys? Yeah. You guys are definitely psychic. Clairaudience is what I just did, where the song Landslide just came into my mind and it has messages for you there. It's essentially messages that come through in songs and things that you hear, or even in your head. You know, maybe you have certain song. For example, clairaudience comes through music for me so heavily. Like, I'll have a random song stuck in my head, and if I listen to those lyrics, it's definitely a message. Like, ironically, a form of clairaudience. So remember that example I was just telling you about, that doucher that was lying to me or hiding from me, and my intuition was haunting me? While my intuition was haunting me, that song, "That Boy's a Liar, That Boy's a Liar," kept playing on the radio every single time I drove to his house. And I would like change the station, same song playing. It was crazy. And it was stuck in my head that entire time until I found out he was lying to me. That is clairaudience, okay? Archangel Zadkiel, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Also, I want to say here, listen to people when they're talking, okay? Listen when they're talking, because they're saying something, all right? And you need to listen up, okay? Stop making decisions based off of who you want people to be, who you see that they can be, their highest potential, okay? Start making decisions based off of how they're acting right now, what they're saying right now, and what your gut is telling you right now. You are very psychic, y'all. Message from the fairies and elemental realm. The elemental realm is like mermaids, nymphs, fairies, all those beautiful creatures, elementals. And you have Chakra Fairy 53. Chakras are whirling spheres of energy that hold our astral and etheric bodies within our physical bodies. They channel the energy we receive from the universe and put it in a form that's usable within the human body. These spheres regulate and balance all the energies that vibrate through us. All is well as long as these fields of energy are in alignment. However, if they become bogged down or spin at the wrong vibration, issues can arise. Problems can include ill health, low energy, depression, mental or emotional conditions. It is a good idea to do chakra exercise daily. This need not take a long time to do. If you are pinched for time, ask your elemental helpers to balance your chakras for you. Okay, so literally reach out to the elemental world and ask them for help when it comes to aligning your energy and, you know, bringing your energy into alignment so that you can take action on your life dreams and, you know, just fix things up in your life, okay? They will be glad to do so. One easy method for balancing chakras is through visualization. Sit in a chair or recline on a bed. You may light a candle or play soft music. I love listening to chakra healing frequencies here on YouTube for free, okay, with headphones on, and then doing this visualization that they're about to explain, okay? I'm reading this from the book, by the way. Just be comfortable and warm enough to be able to relax thoroughly. Now begin breathing regularly. Start with a nice deep breath And after a few breaths, move down into the steady breathing just as you would when you go to bed at night. Visualize before you a beautiful, clear red mist. Now breathe that mist way down deep into your body. Exhale any negative energies or worries that may have been bothering you. Breathe this red mist into your body for several breaths until it feels like you are done. Next, see an orange mist before you and begin to breathe in that clear, bright orange mist. Continue with the yellow, the green, the blue, next indigo and violet. I like to finish this visualization. I like to finish by visualizing the clear white light. This is like the finishing touch that strengthens the connection to spirit. So do some chakra healing, y'all. Get your energy aligned. Speaking of chakras, your next card out is from the chakra deck, and this is a message from your higher self, your body, and it is the third eye chakra, mysticism. Beautiful. And let me say, guys, mysticism, divination, psychic abilities, y'all definitely are connected. You're on the shamanic path. You are a bridge between spirit and the physical, and it's really, really, really important for you to do this energy cleansing every single day, okay? Cleanse your energy every day, because when you are connected like that, like, you're picking up on so much from the people around you, and it's important to keep a clear energy, clear mind, okay? Just try it, okay? I'm not even going to give you any insight into what this will be like. If you are a spiritually connected person, you need to clear your energy every day. And like I said, one thing I like to do is similar to this: go on YouTube, put some headphones on, listen to energy cleansing music, and just breathe deeply, relax. You can meditate. You don't even have to think if you want. Do a full-blown silence meditation. Or you can visualize your energy being cleared. You can visualize beautiful elemental spirit guides coming to help you clear your energy. Do it every single day. I'm not even exaggerating. Every single day. Whew. Also, you might want to get some Reiki. There's some lovely free Reiki on YouTube that is actually quite effective. You don't need to be physically in person to do Reiki. In fact, like, as someone who used to do energy healing work a long time ago, I find it actually more effective when you're not physically in person, because then I know it's truly, truly going straight to your spirit, your energy, okay? You don't need to be physically in the same space to send energy to do energy clearings. Next, we have a message from the energetic realms. Speaking of segues, indecision in reversed. I feel like you're coming up on the precipice of making a big decision. I feel that this is a decision to let go of someone, just to be honest, let go of someone, and to focus more on your plans in your path in life, okay? It doesn't even have to be something, it could be a situation, although I do feel for many of you that you're really picking up on someone not being honest or just not being enough, okay? Their body language is strange. Your intuition's telling you a lot about something that is just not going to work for you. Something that it honestly feels like you're very emotionally attached to, which is why it's so hard for you to listen to your intuition here. When you have a strong emotional attachment, it is so hard to listen to your intuition if they're telling you to let it go, because that ego attachment keeps you so strongly there, which is again where energy clearing and cleansing can come in every single day. Clear away that cord, clear it away. And even if you do cord cleansing rituals, if something is meant to be, it will be. That cord will reattach and whatever. But I mean, if you know that someone is bad for you consciously, and your intuition is telling you like, hey, there's something off with this person, and you just have this strong attachment to them and you just can't let them go, do a energy cord cleansing every single day until you naturally feel, distanced from that person, okay? That's what I'm going to say here. Energy cleansing has so many benefits for you at this time. So many. Like, it seems really, really needed. And also, like, just restoring your energy so that you can take more decisive, actionable actions towards your goals, your dreams. That is really needed here as well. To me, it feels like all of the energy that the universe gives you, you're pouring it into this person who does not have the right vibes. And that may be causing delays in success in other areas of your life, because, the universe doesn't want to keep pouring you energy and prosperity if it's all going to this person who does not deserve it. So it's like, once you cut this person off, once you listen to your intuition, so much more prosperity and blessings will be available for you. So next message is from your in-person spirit guides, your tarot reader, the people who are alive right now who act as spirit guides for you. So collectively, your in-person guys, oh, beautiful. We have 10 of Cups, happy family, emotional happiness and fulfillment. This is what's coming in for you. This is what you deserve. We have the Star, look at that, reaching your dreams. And we saw that with the Moon here. You have a really big, ambitious dream. And this is a huge sign that it is available for you and you can totally, totally manifest it. Also, this is a card of mediumship. As we saw, you act as a bridge. Notice how she has 1 foot in water, spirit, 1 foot on ground, physical. So using that ability and not giving up on your dreams, and kind of, I feel like you have a strong dream and you're good at manifesting, but it's like you need to put in the practical work. Do both equally, okay? Put in inspired action, put in the work, as well as manifesting, listening to your spirit guides, and doing readings and stuff like that. But this is a huge sign of success. Both of these are cards of success. And then, of course, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is like attracting people who give the same amount of energy that you give back to you. 6 of Pentacles, we see generosity, we see blessings, we see equal give and take, and becoming wealthier. And then we have the 4 of Wands in reversed. Oh man, don't hold on to people who aren't giving you what you deserve. Some of you guys are waiting around for someone to commit, waiting around for a higher degree of love from them, but their body language, your intuition, it's just not lining up here. Your success is coming, but it's going to come when you focus on yourself, your goals, and all of that, okay? I feel like don't put all of your eggs into the wrong basket. Don't put all of your eggs into a basket which is showing you red flags, okay? That's what I would say there. But nonetheless, your success and stability is coming in for you. We see a lot of happiness in the home and family, and we see beautiful, beautiful love coming in for you as well. And all of that will come in when you focus on those who return your energy and your efforts, okay? So don't be carrying on to these people who do not return your efforts, okay? 6 of Pentacles, balanced, equal give and take, and beautiful, or more, you know, someone who gives you an equal amount of effort that you give out or more, all right? Message from your past loved ones and spirit guides. Look at that. We have cleanse. Exactly. We said that like 10 times now. It's time to cleanse your energy. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take time out for a much needed cleansing. Much needed, guys. Extremely needed. Your energy is dirty, all right? You're a dirty girl or boy. Just as you, just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleaning. All of them. Clean everything. All right. But honestly, this will solve so many of your problems. A nice energetic cleaning daily. Do a really big one tonight, though. Really big energy cleansing. Energy cleanse your entire house, your entire space, all of your clothes. You do like a 2-hour-long energy cleansing on yourself. Like, oh my God, there's so much stuff in your aura and your energy. I feel it through this reading. And oh man, it'll just make you so clear-minded, so much more powerful. And your manifestations will come through so much stronger. Oh man, yeah, so do that. Your ancestors are saying you're dirty, okay? Clean up. Next and final message is from spirit as a whole, the universe as a whole, God as a whole, whatever you want to call it, as a whole. And here's what it says. Dearest you, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built, yes? A good solid foundation and yet flexibility too. In case of earthquakes, truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base, whether it be an idea that takes form one step at a time, or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. You need a stronger foundation. Your relationships need a stronger foundation. Your dreams definitely need a stronger foundation here. It's time to start building that. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general sight check to ensure that your hard work is being well supported. And look at that. That is the message of the 6 of Pentacles as well. Your hard work is being supported, returned, etc. Do this and know you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come visit you. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you're building. I feel like you are extremely spiritually powerful and you have manifested so many blessings and they're just waiting to come in. So I almost feel like once you get this foundation right, you're gonna have so many blessings pouring into your life once the foundation of your life is right. Okay, your relationships. I also want to say here, if you have a business or if you're starting a business, like your funnel system, like having a nice system set in place to turn customers into, or turn people into customers. Once you have a nice foundation for business, for career, for relationships, for your mental health, for your physical health. But by foundations, I mean like a routine. Every single day, you're doing something to support this thing in all different areas of your life. Okay, once you have that in place, I just see so many quick blessings coming through that we're waiting for this foundation, okay? So that is your reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, because this was a really interesting reading. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. I post pick a card readings and the occasional spiritual chat. I also have another channel called Spirit Psychic Tarot, and I do weekly and monthly tarot card readings for each zodiac sign there. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 3, welcome. Let's see what your spirit guides have to say to you. First, we're going to start with a message from the animal spirit kingdom, and your animal is the firefly, one of my favorites. So I live in Pennsylvania. I grew up here, and we have fireflies in the summer, and they're just so beautiful. Unfortunately, they seem to have been decreasing, at least in my neighborhood, in the past couple of years due to people using pesticides on their lawns. So don't do that. But they are just such a magical, beautiful animal. And the message here that the firefly has for you, the reason why the firefly spirit is connecting with you, is to remind you that your light should only be burning sometimes. Okay, the firefly glows up its little butt once in a while, but for the majority of the time it is conserving its energy and flying around doing firefly things, right? So it teaches us the wisdom of not constantly burning our brightest all of the time. It teaches us how important it is to have rest, time to yourself, to rejuvenate. And when you're able to do that, when you do shine, when you do burn, when you do put yourself out there, you are putting yourself out there at your best, highest quality energy possible. So maybe it's time for you to make more time for yourself. And don't burn yourself out, okay? Also, this is an air sign, so you might have a lot of strong air placements in your chart, especially Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Aries, no, not Aries, what the heck? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. There we go. Okay, so beautiful message. If you want, I would go ahead and look up the spiritual meaning of a firefly, spirit animal. Just look it up on Google and see what comes up. Or if you're into shamanic journeying, go ahead and take a shamanic journey to communicate with the firefly spirit and see what wisdom they are teaching you. Overall, they just really have this energy of magic, though. Lots of magic, lots of beauty. I'm also seeing you as very attractive physically and energetically, very magnetic, charismatic at this time. So next is your message from Mother Earth, and she is showing you the 6 of fire, I believe this is. Mama Earth is coming through with this card to show you making peace with people around you who you may have a beef with, who you may be disputing with. You know, this shows finding balance, equal harmony. Notice how these two people, they both have swords. They're crossing their swords in peace rather than in fighting, rather than in trying to be better than the other one, right? And we see here this person with this chalice full of water, which is dripping. The overflow is dripping and creating this beautiful plant here. There's so much symbolism in this card alone. If you're dealing with any legal disputes, we do see them going favorably. So in the side of justice, you know, because not every legal battle ends in justice, but we see here if you are dealing with a legal battle, there will be justice served and balance will be restored here. Mama Earth is saying to make peace with the people around you. communicate clearly, talk things through. This is really a card about negotiations and making sure that in every negotiation, it should be both people winning. A win-win outcome, a win-win solution seems to be really important here. Also, making sure that all of your needs and wants are met, and just making sure that everything's taken care of. Everyone involved here, all of their needs are met. They both feel heard. And then it's from that overflow that abundance happens. So we see justice being restored here, peace being restored. That's really a beautiful message. And I feel like happiness, love, and joy is returning to your life. So a message from Mama Moon is the North Node, step out of your comfort zone. The time has come, y'all. The time has come. I've been feeling this really strongly recently. If you're watching this around the time that I'm posting this, for the collective, that we are all feeling a little bit guided right now to step out of our comfort zone and do something that we're not necessarily used to doing, but that will take us to happier outcomes, happier solutions. So that may be meeting new people, starting a new routine, a new habit, a new hobby, learning something new, anything that is not currently incorporated into your daily rhythm and routine that you want to incorporate into your daily rhythm and routine, but it may not feel the most comfortable. You may be feeling lazy every time this situation comes up. You're being asked to take on that habit for at least 21 days so that it really becomes more easy for you to do it and then stick with that habit, that routine. So lots of stepping out of your comfort zone. It will bring you so much joy, so much peace. When you step out of your comfort zone, you level up in life. So if you're ever feeling stagnant or stalled in life, that is a time where you're being called to step out of your comfort zone. All right. Next is a message from your ascended masters, and you have the sacrifice. Okay. So when we talk about sacrifice, we are talking about making something sacred. What does not serve you? What is ready to be released here? Oh, I'm sorry, I just hit the microphone. Not sure if you heard that. Hold on, let me just do a little adjustments here. Okay. What are you being asked to sacrifice, to make sacred? The sacrifice asks that you offer to Spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. What is something that you hold near and dear to you? Perhaps a goal that you hold super near and dear to you, or a person you hold super near and dear to you, and you worry about them. You want to do everything for them, and it may be consuming a lot of time, peace, happiness as you worry about this thing. Sacrifice that person, place, or thing. And I'm not talking about a literal sacrifice, but sacrifice your worries to the divine. Give this business, child, person, relationship, outcome to the divine and say, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's in the divine's hands now. That is how you make a sacrifice, okay? You give it completely to the divine to take care of. And whatever happens, happens, Sometimes if you catch yourself overly worrying about different things, it just takes away so much of your energy. Same thing here. I'm giving this relationship, this connection that's been tricky for me to the divine. If it's meant to be in my life, it will stay. If not, it will go. And you stop worrying about it. I feel here with the sacrifice, it's actually a really beautiful card. And it's saying once you sacrifice that thing, you can eat at the heavenly table. It's once you sacrifice your worries and give this outcome that you want up to the divine and leave it in the universe's hands, you stop worrying about it and you're able to sit down, relax, and enjoy. And I'm actually thinking of someone throwing a dinner party, and they're constantly running around trying to serve everyone and make sure everyone's happy. And it's you know what? If they have fun, they have fun. I'm going to sit back, relax, and eat this food myself now. And it's that's almost when people start to have more fun because everyone's relaxed, everything's enjoyable. So I don't know, I'm seeing something like that here for you coming through from your ascended masters. Don't burn yourself out. Relinquish your worries and relinquish your control over the situation. Give it to the divine to handle. Okay, message from the angelic realm. You have career transition. Okay, interesting. Archangel Chamuel. This life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. There's something changing in your career, obviously. Comment down below if you already know what this is. But I see here the angels are working heavily with your career and financial life for some reason, so that your career can be more aligned with your life purpose, whatever that may be. And you don't have to be super duper passionate about your career. For example, if your life purpose is to I don't know, travel the world and spread beautiful concepts around the world or whatever, or like just gather these experiences and take those lessons that you've learned from traveling home with you and spreading that wisdom, then perhaps getting a job that can work remotely would be aligned with your higher purpose. It doesn't have to be that the job itself is aligned with your greater purpose, but what is the greatest purpose of your life? I mean, your life purpose may also be just having a family and enjoying family and friends. And in that case, having a career that supports that could also be your life purpose. Or you can have a career that literally does directly involve your passions and helps people. But anyways, I'm seeing some type of change going on here in your career, in your finances, that your angels are kind of organizing here. I'm seeing here the word automated, or like working less. Creating something so that you can work less is happening here. You don't have to put in so much direct work to see results. Setting up different systems so that you can succeed at work and career without even like leaving the house. So that's something I'm seeing here. I don't know, lots of different things. I don't know if you're working towards a career transition that will allow you to kind of work less, I guess you could say, or like have more free time to yourself. Next message is from the elemental realm, the fairies, the nymphs, the mermaids, all of that good stuff. And they have pedestal. Okay, 38. Look at this card. This angelic being is bound round and round, yet her bindings are not secure. She can choose to unbind herself at any moment. Situations are not as dire as they seem. If you have chosen this card today, understand that you must look deeper at the things going on in your life. Are you seeing all the different sides of a situation? And you know what? That is actually a message that came through from the 6 of fire here. See all sides of a situation, empathize more, and see more sides of like your own life as well. You're not as stuck here as you realize. And even if something doesn't work out, that still is leading you to something beautiful in your life. Perhaps you are feeling restricted when it is your choice to simply decide to be free. We often bind ourselves with limiting belief systems and outdated thinking patterns. What habits can you change in order to release yourself from limited thinking? Many situations are not black or white or good or bad. It's up to you to find the middle ground in your perspective. Find the place where you can sit and see both sides. And I almost see you as this person in the center here. You're seeing things from all sides, all angles, and you're being asked to remain neutral here. Some of you guys might have been stuck in this cycle of black and white thinking where you were all light for a season of your life and then all dark for a season of your life, going through these extreme highs and lows of feeling inspired and almost manic, excited, super intensely passionate and in love, and then you burnt yourself out from that, and then you were just stuck in the shadows for a season of your life to balance it out. And remember, it always balances out. We live in a neutral universe where everything is balanced, but that's why the firefly is coming through with the wisdom to say, shine your light half of the time, and then find the wisdom in the shadows, the other half, the reflection, the rejuvenation within the darkness. So I don't know, I feel like you need to bring more stability in your life in that scenario. What habits can you change in order to release yourself from limited thinking? Most situations are not black or white or good or bad. It's up to you to find the middle ground in your perspective. Find the place where you can sit and see both sides. Ask for clarity and to see all facets before making up your mind. Find your pedestal where you can see your truth and release all that does not fit your chosen reality. Choose wisely what you want in your life. All of the choices we make create a vibration that affects all other life in the universe. If one chooses wisely, it will also be what is best for others. You have done much more control or you have much more control of your life and circumstances than you may realize. Group number 3, you're being asked to take your power back in this reading. You have more control over your life than you realize here. And perhaps what you need to sacrifice is, these beliefs, these outdated thinking systems that make you think that you don't have as much control here. So yeah, that's what this pedestal card means. Your elemental spirit friends are asking you to take back control. Whatever is making you feel bound up and stuck in life, you have the power to change it right now. So go ahead and do that. So here's a message from your higher self. Confusion, yeah. I was kind of feeling this from you guys. This is your crown chakra confusion, not knowing which way to go, feeling bound up. And look at how similar it is to the pedestal card. They both have the gray hair or smoke kind of surrounding them, and even the gray like ribbons surrounding you, keeping you trapped. Where in your life, group number 3, are you feeling trapped? Leave a comment down below. Do you feel like no matter how hard you work, you just can't get someone to see things from your perspective, or you just can't make more money, or you just can't get that new job that you want? Like, where is it? Okay, because let me tell you, the answers that you need here to change the situation involves going out of your comfort zone. It involves seeing things as very neutral. No one is all good or all evil. There are multiple sides to this story here. And with this butterfly, you're being asked to transform your energy, your life. It's time to step into a new chapter. North Node, evolve. It's time to evolve. It's time to become a higher version of yourself and break out of this confusion. Some of you guys might benefit from meditation, energy clearing, anything that will kind of take your excessive thoughts and worries and move them away from you. Okay, right now I definitely feel like there's too much energy surrounding your headspace, too much thoughts, too much overthinking, worrying. Sacrifice those worries to the divine. Where can you sacrifice worrying and control? Let some things be controlled by the divine and just take it at face value right now. Stop trying to change or control the situation, especially if it involves another person. Stop trying to control that person. Let it go to the divine. Let the divine work with them, handle them, and you focus on yourself here. It's time for you to free yourself from these circumstances that are causing great disharmony and imbalance within yourself. All right, that's what your higher self is saying. It's time for you to clear your mind. You're overthinking, overworrying. It's time to start taking that more seriously. What is it that is torturing you? Is it a lack of money? Is it like, what is it? Where is this lack? What is the thing that you feel is keeping you trapped here? You can't move forward until you have this thing. Comment it down below, and or just acknowledge it right now out loud. This is what it is. And then say, I have the power to change this right now, here in the present moment. I'm no longer waiting around. To me, it's really interesting. Some areas of your life you have too much control over. You're trying too hard to change it. And then this other one, it's like you're waiting for the universe. This is very like, are you guys Geminis? This is very polarizing energies. There's like two sides to yourself that are complete opposite. One is trying to control too much. Okay, trying to take too much control in one area of your life, perhaps. And then another area of your life that's actually struggling, you're not taking enough control over. And it's like sacrifice a bit of that control, a bit of that worry that you're focusing too much in one area of your life. And then maybe move that worry and that control over to the area of your life that is really struggling, but you're just kind of waiting for the divine to do something about it, You do something about it, okay? I feel like there's more balance that needs to be restored with that, okay? Now we are going to get a message from the energetic realm, and you have walking away, 27. Walking away. There's something that it doesn't serve you anymore. You've gotten all that you needed out of it, but it's time for you to move on and step into new areas of your life. Step out of your comfort zone, moving on, becoming a better person. You're not stuck. You're not stuck in this reality. I sense a great amount of dishappiness in your current life circumstances, and this whole reading is like, you can change your life circumstances. You just have to believe that you can. Okay. So your next message is from your earth spirit guides. These are living spirit guides, tarot readers, authors, podcasters, teachers, friends, family, whoever acts as your spirit guide. Collectively, what do they want to tell you? We have the Three of Wands reversed. Your dream life is not yet manifested and you feel it. It's causing that disharmony, that unhappiness. Yeah, maybe there's a certain career goal, lifestyle goal that you really want to achieve. And it's like, you can achieve it if you set your mind to. I promise you. We have the Emperor in reverse. So this is going to have to require more control. There's different ways to read the Emperor in reverse, but for your reading, I feel like it's almost kind of begging you, asking you to put in more work towards whatever this is. Start taking more actionable steps towards your goals, your dreams, and stop putting so much control. It's so weird to me. It's like you need more control, more actionable steps when it comes to your actual dreams, to changing your reality in the way that you see fit. But I almost feel like there might be a distraction in your life that distracts you from the unhappiness that you feel. And for many of you, I feel like this is relationships. You distract the unhappiness that you have in your own life personally. Like maybe your money isn't where you want it to be, or your career isn't where you want to be, or your health goals or whatever. You're just not where you want to be right now. And to distract yourself from that happiness, you are putting too much control onto your relationships, the people around you, focusing too much on trying to help change, better other people around you, putting too much energy into relationships, friendships, etc., and allowing them to cause you great dishappiness, disharmony. And it's saying pull back some of that control. Let other people be who they're going to be. Let them show up to these relationships how they're going to show up, and take that control, put it towards your actual goals. Relationships do not cause happiness within you. Happiness is created from within, and then you share that happiness in your relationships, okay? Right now, I feel like your personal happiness is suffering, and that is where your attention should be going. More work is needed there. Actionable steps. Time to get off your butt. And what do you know? 8 of Pentacles reversed. This is just an unwillingness to do that work, okay? It's time to change that. That's what it's time to do. It's time to change that. And you know, that is going to involve stepping out of your comfort zone, because putting in more work towards achieving your dream, whatever it may be, is uncomfortable because it's not something you're currently doing. So it's like, for example, say that your health is really struggling right now. Instead of doing something to kind of improve your health, maybe you're distracting yourself and gaining your self-esteem based off of the attention of others. And it's like you're almost kind of approaching your relationships or gaining self-esteem in I don't want to say a toxic way, but in a not healthy way. Okay. And it's like, you know, stop worrying about the dating apps, stop worrying about the relationships, the friendships, and the drama that goes on there, you know, and start putting that energy towards your health in that circumstance. You know, going to the gym, eating healthy, changing up your diet, your palate, it is not a comfortable process. It's new to you, but it's one that you have to build a positive habit for. So every day for 21 days, start this new lifestyle, start this new habit, put your energy there instead of these relationships, because your energy each day is very limited. Where you choose to put that energy is going to reflect your reality back to you. So if you waste a lot of your energy worrying about a situation you can't control, that's a lot of energy wasted. You wasted that day, okay? Whereas if you take that energy and you work hard towards a certain goal of yours that will bring more happiness, more blessings, more fulfillment, abundance, a sense of purpose, then that is a beautiful day for yourself. And that is when you'll feel happy, fulfilled, productive. So it's like, pay attention to where your energy is going. And then you have the 8 of Wands. Once you start doing that, look at how quickly things will start moving for you in your life. This is one of the most positive cards in the deck. Once you start putting in this work in the right places, your dreams that you feel like are not achieved right now will start bombarding you, coming in so quickly, progress so quickly, so many change coming in all at once because you started putting in the work in the right place, okay? Beautiful. I love it. And also, not only that, you'll be more attractive in general because you're pouring your light, your energy into yourself, and you become this glowing beacon. And you'll also have like tons of people reaching out to you, trying to engage with you, trying to, you know, get a part of that energy. So we have a message from your ancestors and past loved ones, and it says, ground yourself. Being distracted, unfocused, tired, irritated, and impatient are all signs that you're ungrounded. Exactly. I feel this very strongly for you. Now is the time to become centered and allow spirit to help you ground yourself and reconnect with the divine source. I kind of want to read this full message from the book because I feel like there's more to be said there. It's like I do feel that you've been kind of ungrounded, focusing on the wrong things almost. Spirit has carefully selected this card for a reason. It's now vital for you to ground yourself in order to clear away your head. Exactly, clear away your head because you're over worrying. Like everything's connected to each other. And stop the racing, frantic, chaotic thoughts that are sending you in a million different directions. Yeah, those thoughts are creating this confusion because it's sending you in so many different directions. What do I focus on? This, that. It's time to calm those thoughts. It's time to take a firm step back so you can think clearly again and achieve your full potential. You need to reconnect with the divine source, but to do so, you have to ground and center yourself. Spend some time in the peace and tranquility of nature, whether that is on the countryside or at the beach, so that you can be with yourself. Walk barefoot on Mother Earth when you can, or dig your hands deep into her soil by gardening. Take time to meditate, breathe, and absorb the healing qualities of stillness and serenity. By grounding yourself, you are also aligning with your highest soul purpose, and yet you're still keeping both feet firmly on the ground. So get yourself out into nature or doing meditations, preferably both, to clear away this confusing chaos. Get away from the technology, get away from the overthinking, anything that, even TV, anything that stimulates your mind, get away from it. Honestly, there is so much. People who are able to turn their brain off are generally smarter than people who constantly have their brain running. Think of your brain as a computer. If it's constantly running with no break, it's going to slow down quicker. It's going to make dumb decisions. It's going to make mistakes. So it's like, turn that thing off, give yourself rest, which is exactly back to the beginning, what the firefly said. Everything is connected here. So your final message is from Spirit, Universe, God, whatever you want to call it, as a whole. And here's what it says. Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver of this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not your sixth sense, but your first, the primary navigational system of your soul. You are entering the age of consciousness. It is time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multi-dimensional beings. Spirit infuses all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on Earth, where we all agreed to play, going back to your life purpose. Today, trust your spidey sense. Read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show you miracles. Fear not, for we are right here and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible. Yeah, when you live life based more off of intuition, it allows your brain to relax. People who are overly logic about everything tend to be some of the dumbest people I know. I'm just being honest. Like people who have to rely on their mind to make every decision, and by mind I mean like logic, to make every decision, tend to make the worst decisions. Because it's like, first off, the human brain is so puny compared to divine awareness and consciousness. Your intuition is connected to that soul that is a part of this larger consciousness. So you don't have to think, just rely on your intuition, because your intuition always guides you right. People who use their intuition are smart. I'm telling you right now, they make better decisions. And yeah, you're being asked to kind of trust that intuition and stop the overthinking. Okay, what is your intuition saying? Go with that. Point blank, period. All right. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated with you down below. I'd love to hear it. I read every comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We offer pick a card readings here weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, and other spiritual chit chats. I also have another channel called Spirit Psychic Tarot, where I do weekly and monthly tarot readings for each zodiac sign. If you want a personal reading one-on-one with me, me. The link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 4. Last but not least, let's see what spirit guides come through for you today and what messages they have. So first, we are going to get a message from the animal kingdom, the spirit animal kingdom, and you have the crocodile coming through. Beautiful earth as well as water energy, so you might have some strong water or earth placements, especially sun, moon, rising, Venus, and that would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And this spirit animal gives the wisdom of waiting patiently for the exact right moment to act. And then once that moment comes, act very confidently and don't look back, okay? That is your message here, and I just got the goosebumps for some reason. I don't know what this is talking about in your life, but for some reason the crocodile spirit is really connecting with you right now, because I feel like there are circumstances in your life at present where it's like you're waiting for exactly the right moment and then you take it. Oh my God, it reminds me of that song by Eminem, you only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, you better lose yourself in the music. All right, anyways. Yeah, I see that for you. You can also connect with the crocodile spirit some more by going on Google and looking up crocodile spirit, animal meaning, spiritual meaning of crocodiles, or if you shamanic journey, that would probably be the best tool, to be honest. Go ahead and take a journey and have a conversation with the crocodile spirit and ask what they are teaching you, why they are connecting with you at this time, what do they have advice for in your life. Okay, beautiful spirit though. Next, we have a message from Mama Earth herself, and she's coming through to say destiny in reversed. Okay, the first and only pile that has a major arcana card from Mother Earth. So strong spirit guide for you. So from the book. When the destiny card appears in reversed, it cautions you against following a path of instant gratification and ease. Do not be fooled into believing that once you have determined your destiny, making it manifest will be free of difficulties or problems. When is any quest easy? When does the hero or heroine of any story move from where they are to where they want to be without effort or sacrifice? Some of the obstacles you will face will be self-made and born of your insecurities and doubts, while others will be placed in your path by those who might not understand or believe in your destiny. Sometimes the people who try to steer you away from your search are the people who love you, people who do not want to hurt or disappoint. Okay, I want to pause and say that's so true. Oh my gosh. Sometimes our biggest haters, our biggest people who say, don't do that, don't live your dreams, are our loved ones. You know, for example, like my own mother, every time I go traveling and have these beautiful experiences, she always tells me, oh my gosh, everyone hates Americans. Everyone's out to get you. Everyone wants to kill you. You know, don't go traveling. And it's just like, man, same thing when I started my business. Starting a business is a risk. And everyone around me is like, don't do that. Get a real job. Get security. And they were my loved ones. And it's like, they're actually my biggest haters. Okay. Now, don't blame them for doing that. They just want to see you prosperous. They don't want to see you get hurt, which is why they act that way. But at the same time, like, give them grace for believing in that, but at the same time, don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? If they go out of their way to keep, you know, being a hater like that, maybe you should talk to them, share your feelings, because that could breed some resentment. It takes great love and conviction to say no to those who may have other plans for your future, but you have your destiny manifest. You may just find yourself in a position where it is necessary to do just that. If you do not, you may find yourself being thwarted again and again. So what this is saying is create your own destiny. Don't take the path that your parents want for you, that society wants for you. No, they're only giving you that certain path because it is the easiest. It is the safest. You know, becoming a doctor, lawyer, whatever is the safest, easiest path to success, right? But if your destiny has other things that it wants to explore, you have to do that on your own, you know? When the destiny card is in reversed in your reading, it is helpful to remember that meeting your destiny does not necessarily simply happen, nor is it likely to happen overnight. Therefore, prepare yourself for the process by releasing expectations of instant gratification. That's a big one, really big one that I had to learn the hard way. And I've been doing these readings for one person in particular, and every time they come to me for a reading, they get so disappointed because they're like, I just started this new venture and I'm ready for it to be successful like as soon as possible. Will this happen within a week? And it's like, you just started. No, it won't be successful in a week. You have to work more at it. Instant gratification should not be your reasoning for following your dreams and destiny, especially when it comes to business. Like if you're starting a business, you have to be super passionate about that, super passionate about what you're doing, because it takes time, it takes work. All of these get rich quick schemes, they never work. And the reason why is because value comes from value. Your hard work and efforts, and your knowledge, your wisdom, it is valuable. And that is what brings you money. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to work super hard, tooth and nail. However, it's like, say you want to be an artist, for example, and you've been drawing since you were born, and you've put hundreds of thousands of hours into that because you're passionate about it. It may not feel like super hard work to become a successful artist, because that hundred and thousands of hours you put in has made your work quality. It has increased your value, and you were just doing it for fun. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say find your passion, because it is something that feels like a lot less hard work. For example, reading tarot is my passion. It doesn't feel like a job. I mean, obviously it is a job, and there are parts of this that I don't like. However, for the most part, I'm pretty excited to get up each day and create something new with this and spread messages with this. So don't be fooled by instant gratification that does not exist. Okay. Instead, prepare to pay your dues, fight your demons and monsters, and overcome obstacles that may feel insurmountable. To do so, let go of those fears and doubts that may have you procrastinating and wanting to turn back or turn away. Finally, to make your destiny manifest, you may also need to learn more at this time. You have gifts and talents, but to turn them into something practical and tangible will take time, devotion, and dedication. I feel for many of you, you may actually feel drawn to starting a business or growing a business, and that does take real life skills that you may not possess. So for example, when I started this tarot business, I was just relying on my heart, my passion, the quality of my readings to get me by. But I really did need to learn a lot about SEO, marketing, funnel marketing, building a website, all this extra stuff that came along with it, social media. And that wasn't necessarily my passion, and that's where the hard work and challenges come through. So Mama Earth is saying, listen, Linda, there is some hard work that will be required to achieve your destiny on this path that you want, okay? Don't be fooled, don't be tempted, don't be bewitched by the starlight here. When it is something that is truly aligned with your soul, though, it's easier to do that hard work. Does that make sense? But that doesn't mean that everything's just going to become handed to you. So that may be something that you're learning right now. Message from Mama Moon is new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. Yes. Such a good business entrepreneur type of reading. Like, take action on your dreams. The time to act is now. You have your eyes set on the prize. The time is now. New moon. There's new beginnings. And just, oh my gosh, I feel this calling from the earth, from the moon, from the animal kingdom. Take actionable steps. Learn how to improve your business, improve your path every single day. What is one thing you can learn? What is one thing you can do to improve? What is one way you can put yourself out there more to reach your goal, whatever that goal may be? For some of you, it might not even be business related. If you have the goal of having a family and not being single, make yourself a killer, stellar dating profile. Go on dates, put yourself out there. Actually take actionable steps. Don't just wait for your soulmate to come along. So many people waste years of their life waiting. And it's something that bothers me because it shows up so often in personal readings. So many people come to me like, when is this thing coming through? Well, what are you doing? Nothing. All right, well, once you start doing something about it, it'll start coming through. What do you know? So it's a common theme that I've noticed in the several years that I've been doing readings, thousands and thousands of personal readings. One of the biggest messages that come through is to just take action. I feel like that's something that all of us spiritually minded folks need to be reminded of often. So coming in from your ascended masters is the smoky mirror. Okay, so the Buddha might be one of your ascended master spirit guides if you've ever been into Buddhism at any point in your life. He has definitely been a spirit guide for you. Wonderful spirit guide for me as well. I was into Buddhism since I was like 12, honestly. When I was 14, I vowed to never eat meat again and meditate every single day. And I would really experiment with all types of meditations and plant medicines, let's put it like that, to just be this little psychonaut and discover the secrets of the universe. So I feel for many of you, you might have similar story, similar spirit guide guiding you here, but let's read what this means from the book. The Smoky Mountain represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world, the mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of yourself that one disowns. The smoky mirror can represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth. Oh my gosh. Like, it's smoke and mirrors. That's what came to mind here. Guys, I feel like I'm doing a reading for my younger self, my younger, more naive self, early 20s, starting my business and just waiting for it to become an overnight sensation. And let me tell you, if you have a similar story to that, I don't mean to like rain on your parade, but I feel like there are some more difficult truths here you need to accept. You need to put in the work to become better every single day. You know, nothing is handed to you in this universe. And if it's handed to you, it comes with stipulations. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm just saying, like, every privilege you have is a growing lesson that you don't have. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the smoky mirror. When the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you the beauty and wonder once the fog lifts, the distortion you see now. Many of you are very confused about it really feels like you're just wanting a certain outcome in your life, and you keep asking the universe, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? How do I get it there? Like, lots of confusion, lots of smoke surrounding this ambition that eludes you or is challenging. It's like a lot of confusion surrounding the outcome of this thing that you really want to manifest. And Spirit saying the beauty of being a human, the beauty of this is that you don't know. The veil is here for a reason. You know, the beauty, like literally the beauty of being a human is this foggy, smoky veil. We are born forgetting that we are these timeless souls. We forget that there's no ending or beginning to our souls, to this life, to the universe. We forget that, and that is our blessing. Our blessing is this illusion of mortality, this illusion that life is short, this illusion that none of us know why we're here. That is what makes life beautiful, because then those exact spiritual circumstances allow us to grow beyond expectations, grow so quickly, as opposed to when you are more in the spirit realm. Does that make sense? So what I'm trying to say here is the beauty of life is not knowing. And I always see this, I said this to myself, it's something that personally resonated with me. There's this whole theory in Buddhism, and it's like kind of reaching nirvana, reaching enlightenment, and breaking out of this cycle of reincarnation. And it's like, what does one need to do to break out of this cycle of reincarnation? And I had this moment, this very deep spiritual moment one time, where I just realized that there is no way to break out of it. There's nothing to change. There's nothing to gain. There's nothing, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it in words, but it was just this experience where I'm like, what if there was no breaking out of this? And in that moment, I experienced the most profound sense of peace, because I realized, like, we live our lives just striving for this heaven, for this nirvana, this feeling of breaking out of all of this after our lives. And it's just like, when we're striving for that, we forget to live right now. And it's just, when I realized there's no breaking out of it, and I thought in that way, I experienced so much peace in the present moment, because I'm like, if there's no breaking out of it, I might as well enjoy my time here. I can't describe it. It's just a feeling that I felt in that moment. And I feel like a similar message is coming through for you. And it's like, what if you're never going to get the answer? What if nothing's ever going to be clear? You're always going to be in this smoky, foggy not knowing how life is going to unfold. And it's like, well, you'll find a lot of peace in that moment, because it's like, well, I mean, I might as well enjoy the present moment then. I might as well enjoy what I have right now. And then ironically, it's when you're enjoying the present moment and what you have right now that the fog is lifted anyways. So I love the way the universe works sometimes. Oh man, I love it for you. Okay, so that is your message from the Ascended Masters. Embrace the fogginess, embrace the unknown, and live life for the present moment. All right, your message from the angelic realm. Now this is from the Archangel deck, but this is coming from the angelic realm as a whole. You have relationship harmony. Some of you guys, I feel like this is simultaneously a business and relationship reading, where it's like, where is this going? How is this going to unfold? When am I going to meet my soulmate? Or when are we going to get married? Or how is this person going to come back into my life, etc., etc. And it's just like, you don't know, and we're not going to tell you. And that's what's beautiful about life, huh? Archangel Raguel, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. I feel like this is just a reassurance from the divine that if you were wishing healing upon someone else, wishing that they will show up better for themselves and kind of learn from their mistakes, your angels are ensuring that they are doing that at this time. Relinquish control, though. For some of you, this feels like a situation in separation, where it's like, you're hoping that this person learns, grows, and maybe you come back together one day. And the angels are saying, yeah, we are making this person into a better person. We are helping them kind of heal their heart. So, but in the meantime, focus on what's going on in your life right now. Because, and you might be thinking to yourself, you know, life is so foggy. Like, how will this unfold? Will they come back? How will this business, how will this career unfold? Like, there's just so much confusion about your future. And I feel like it's tied with ambition. Like, will I achieve this goal? You keep asking your spirit guides, and they're saying, we're not telling you, okay? You need to enjoy this present moment. Look at how the Buddha is sitting in this smoke and just finding peace right here in the present moment, even though the answers are not all there. It's almost like once he does that, all of the answers are there anyways, because all of the answers you need come from within. So it's this weird, trippy message of like, the second you stop needing answers, answers come. The second you stop needing clarity, clarity comes. So, really interesting. Take action in the present moment, in your present circumstances. Don't worry about the future, though, because I feel like some very fun changes are in store for you in your future, but your spirit guides are not open. They're not letting out a peep. They're not saying anything about it. So that's beautiful. But just know that your angels are working on all the people in your life, on their hearts, opening your heart, everyone around you, everyone who has hurt you and you hurt, etc. Heart healing is happening there, thanks to the generosity of the angelic beings. Okay, nothing you need to do to make this happen. They're doing it already. So your next message is from the elemental realm. This is the realm of fairies, mermaids, nymphs, etc. Elementals, and you have you have trespassers 56. Interesting stuff. You know what? We're gonna have to read this one from the book too. I'm just in a very reading mood. I feel like you're my children. All right, gather around, children. Let's see what the fairies have to say. Fairies have boundaries too. They are usually in the form of magical spells placed around sacred spaces in order to keep those who might tamper with their sacred objects. Keep out those who might tamper. They also have an invisible magic boundary around their realm. It is not easy to break through this boundary, but it can be done when one knows the secret words. Are you having trouble respecting the boundaries of others? Is someone not respecting your boundaries? A third question is, what kind of boundaries or limitations am I placing upon myself? These are the questions to ask yourself in order to discover which area of your life you need to work on. You cannot expect others to respect your boundaries if you are not clear with them yourself. You must state clearly and honestly to others about where you draw your lines. Be kind, but clear about your expectations. In turn, be respectful of others' boundaries also. Their business is their own. Be careful not to gossip or spread rumors. Watch that you do not loudly gab on your cell phone in public spaces, infringing upon the space of others. Oh my God. Okay, can I pause and say, if you do that, I hate you. Like, literally, I'm sorry, guys. I love you all watching, all right? But, if you want my forgiveness, like this video. share it with friends, subscribe to the channel. But straight up, respect not only your close loved ones' space and boundaries, but you know, the people around you in everyday life. Like, stop driving so slow in the left lane on the highway. That is, you know, overstepping my boundaries of wanting to have a peaceful drive. Stop talking so loudly on your phone, on a bus, on a train. Like, oh my God, I can go on forever about that. I have a lot of pent-up rage, if you can't tell. Oh my gosh. All right, where were we at? Boundaries can be trespassed in many ways, and it is up to you to think before doing. This card also invites you to consider the boundaries that we place upon ourselves. We often set these limitations on ourselves due to lack of confidence, self-respect, or even lack of knowledge. Release any unwarranted restrictions that you have assumed. Releasing limiting habits and thought patterns. The dragon at your gate can either protect or hinder you. What will you ask it to do? Okay, so stronger boundaries is your message here. Whoo-wee. Yeah, I mean, especially when it comes to other people giving their opinion on your life's destiny, like, have some boundaries there. Like, you know what, this is my life, not yours. This is how I choose to do it. Some of you guys might have a kid, a child, and maybe your in-laws or your own parents are gabbing away about how you should be raising that baby, and you know, that might be why the relationship harmony card is coming out. Like, the angels are like, don't worry, we're trying to heal this person's heart, but in the meantime, have strong boundaries. That's how you heal and protect your own heart. Boundaries is what protects your heart from being broken in the first place. So strong boundaries in that situation would be like, listen, I appreciate that you want to help, but this is my child, and I find it a little bit offensive that you don't trust my parenting skills, and yeah, my child. So I don't know, I'm seeing some like kind of anger under the surface within you when it comes to someone overstepping boundaries in your life, and it's a little bit frustrating, but you know, you have to not let these people ruin your own destiny. Do things the way that you want to do. Follow your path. Don't listen to people when they are trying to get you to take the safe path in life if it is different from what you want your life to look like or what you feel naturally called to do. Like, do what intuitively feels best for you, and have boundaries up in place so that when people start giving you unwarranted advice that is very hateful or unsupportive, and say, listen, I appreciate you caring about me, but this is my life. This is the way I want to do things. And I hope you can respect that, because I respect your differences as well. So beautiful stuff. And actually uphold that boundary. Like, don't sit here and be unsupportive of other people after you set that boundary, okay? So next is a message from your higher self, from the chakra oracle, and you have perception. Beautiful. Lots of butterflies, change, beautiful transformation. Again, heart chakra energy, opening up, heart opening. I see you seeing things from a different perspective. Oh my God, it reminds me of that song by what is their name? Panic at the Disco. 9 in the Afternoon, but like the intro part where it's like, I don't know, listen to the song 9 in the Afternoon by Panic at the Disco. Maybe there's some lyrics there that have messages and meanings for you, but I feel like you're changing. No, it's the song Perspective. Listen to the song. Is that what it's called? Gosh, no, I can't remember. I think it's called Perspective though. It's like, gotta live a life from a new perspective. That song. Anyways, I see you taking on different perspective, different way of looking at people, and it's actually kind of healing your relationships, because now when people are unsupportive to you, you just kind of realize from this higher perspective, like, it's kind of like they're talking to themselves, and sometimes our loved ones can be our biggest haters because they just want the best for us, and seeing it from that perspective can really heal your heart from any resentment that may be blocked up from that. Same thing, like if you have annoying in-laws trying to tell you how to parent, that's only because they love your kid and want the best for it. So it's like when you start to see it from that perspective, it becomes a little bit less annoying, but still you need to have those boundaries up, okay? And literally say something about it. Don't be a doormat. You're welcome. Okay. Your higher self wants you to see things from a beautiful, loving perspective, though. See the love in everyone. See the love that people have for you that may come across as like not love, you know? So from the energy realm, you have all tied up. Oh, I feel like, I think your biggest setback right now is kind of waiting for people to change, waiting for your reality to change. And it's like, you need to change in order for that to change. You need to have boundaries with the people in your life. okay? And those boundaries will actually like send the message to people. And I feel like they will change once you establish healthy boundaries and start treating them how they should be treated based off of their current actions, not based off of who you think they could be. And then also we see change happening when you establish boundaries with yourself and you start working hard towards the destiny you're trying to achieve instead of just waiting around for it. Having boundaries with your own kind of negative habits of procrastinating or waiting, putting things off, taking your destiny into your own hands because you're not tied up, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. Because right now your energy is saying, like, I'm just waiting, I'm just tied up, I can't do anything. And really, like, you are this free spirit. Also, I'm seeing this as a nymph, so I do wonder if some of you guys have past lives as nymphs or just beautiful nymph spirits working around you. Also notice these moths or butterflies again. Transformation is happening right now for you. You are not tied up, you are free, okay? That is a limiting belief, to believe that you're stuck where you're at, you're stuck dealing with this person, how they are, you're stuck in your current circumstances. That is not true. When you establish healthy boundaries, you call people out on their behavior, you have an open conversation, your dynamic will change. You are in control of what you are willing to put up with and not put up with, okay? You have more power in this than you realize. Same thing with your destiny. Like, you are not powerless. You can do something every single day that can bring you closer to your destiny. So beautiful message from the energetic realm. That's definitely something I would really pay attention to right now. So this is a message from your earth spirits, spirit guides. These are people who are born already, living in this life at this moment, who act as your spirit guides. These are authors, podcasters, tarot readers, you know, friends, family, just collectively all of your in-person spirit guides. What do they want to say to you? We have, look at that, same card, 8 of Swords reversed. Literally, look at that. You're your own worst enemy, group number 4. You are keeping yourself powerless by saying you have no control here. Well, I can't control my in-law. I don't know why in-laws keep coming up to mind. I can't control this person's behavior. I can't, you know, do anything. I was born this way. I was raised this way. This is the hand I was dealt. And it's like, I hate that attitude. Get out of it because it's keeping you stuck and miserable. We also have, of course, 9 of Swords reversed right after that 8 of Swords. When you stay stuck in that powerless way of thinking, it brings about a lot of mental health issues, depression, anxiety. Why can't my life go wrong? Because you're just waiting. You're not doing anything. Let me tell you, best thing I did for my anxiety is I filled my schedule with positive things that brought me closer to the reality I wanted. So I didn't have time to sit here and worry and be concerned about not having money, not having friends, because my schedule was so booked up with working and meeting new people. You know what I'm saying? It's like very practical. If you're too busy worrying that your circumstances suck, you know, you have enough time. If you have enough time to worry, then you have enough time to change the situation that you're in already. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of tough love there, but yup, 5 of Cups, great unhappiness here. Focusing on what you don't have, you need to turn around and focus on what you do have, which is this present moment. Fill your schedule up. You get so anxious, so in your head, so overthinking. And it's like, if you just filled your schedule up with actions, you wouldn't have enough time to worry. And those actions will bring you closer to the reality that you want anyways. So do that. Ace of Wands. Look at what's going to happen when you do that. A brand new, passionate beginning. Feeling excited about life. Feeling light. Feeling free. Feeling like you can just go out, travel, do what you want when you want, because you have the resources, you have the companions, you have the success, you have the money. Okay, you have everything you need to live the life of your dreams. A brand new start where your passions are aligned with your lifestyle. But it's going to happen once you start taking action and stop sitting around complaining. So I feel like you are kind of mixing up law of attraction and worrying. Okay, so I just really feel like you need to get out of your head in general and start taking action. Fill your schedule up. What is that saying? It's like an old Protestant saying, idle hands or the devil hands or something, and you know, it was used to like kind of bully people into working way too much. But honestly, I feel like that message applies to you right now. You have too much time on your hands to worry about the situation when you should be taking more actionable steps in your life, and that will just completely ease your mind entirely. You know, instead of complaining and having these insecurities and letting them eat away at you, take action, you know, bring it down into physical reality by doing something that is exactly against your insecurities or what is worrying you, okay? So message from your past loved ones and ancestors. We have a mother's love coming through. Lots of mama love coming out here for group number 4 if your mother has passed on, even grandmother. Or if you're just at a distance from them in general and really missing on your mama, this is a message that well, I do feel like for many of you, this is someone who's passed on, because, I mean, we literally picked this card with the intention of your ancestors and past loved ones. So we see a mother coming out. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that the special bond of love can never be broken. So for many of you, your mom is saying, hey, what's up? Hello, I'm still in your life. You couldn't get rid of me that easily. They're just sending you so much love. And this is just confirmation. If you've been seeing anything special that reminds you of your mom or grandmom, whoever this is, say like their favorite bird or like little signs here and there, and you're like, oh, is that them? This is, yes, absolutely them coming through, and they're just like, hi, I'm here, and sending you so much love. So just allow yourself to feel it. Reach out whenever you want. Beautiful. And then finally, we have your final message from the universe, spirit as a whole, and they are saying, dear you, do you ever feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? Maybe you think you need to control everything or else nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome. Exactly. That sentence right there. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you. No, you don't. Or choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. The universe, God, spirit is coming through and saying, do not conform to a path or destiny, because that is what makes the people around you happy. Do what makes you happy. It is the ultimate betrayal to do something against yourself, okay? How about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary. Boundary! Second time this is coming out now. Set that boundary. And it will be uncomfortable, especially if you have to have a really uncomfortable conversation with someone, setting that boundary. But listen, the universe itself is saying, you're better off by doing this, having this uncomfortable conversation. Okay, set that boundary, delegate responsibility to another, ask for your needs to be met. And when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra: I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. And then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. Love you so, so, so much. I can't put this any better. I mean, like, we see that in the angelic message, like your angels are saying, we got this. It is not your job to sit here and cater to people, teach them how to treat you better. Like, no, their healing is their healing. Okay, you focus on your healing, your destiny, do what you want. And we're going to try to open this person's mind and heal their heart. But in the meantime, don't try to convince them that you're worthy of being proud over, that you're worth something, that you should be listened to. Like, no, that is not your job. Your angels are taking care of that. Your job is to make yourself happy and kind of detach from, I don't know, just being so overly involved in the happiness of others. Start being more involved in your own happiness. Group number 4, my gosh. Also, I definitely see difficult conversations here that need to happen. Like if you have a roommate and you're doing all of the work, it may be a difficult conversation for you to be like, hey, I need you to take on this chore, this chore, this chore. It may be something you're not used to, but you need to do that. All right. You need to take action. Start changing your reality that you've been complaining about. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. Comment how this resonated down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you've not already. I post regular pick a card readings and spiritual chit chats here and there. I also have another channel called Spirit Psychic Tarot, where I do monthly and weekly zodiac readings for each sign. I know it's like literally 12 to 24 videos a week, so subscribe to that as well. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.